Good morning, good morning. I am here with a very excited Cora Dreamer dog because right when we walked outside, there were deer really close to the house right over there. When we came out of the door there. It is early. It's almost 9. Well, it's not that early, but it's still morning, earlier morning to hours. It's about 9, almost 9:30 here in the Pacific. I am in Northern California, very close to Mount Shasta, and it is the 5th of December, and a beautiful day. It's going to be partly cloudy here today, or partly sunny. Yesterday was a beautiful sunny day. Got warm even. It was so nice. But anyhow, I decided to make this little video to wish you and send you stabilizing, heart-opening, divine energies from your spirit guides, your guides and guardians, your angelics, your guardian angels, the archangels, your ancestors, your crossed over loved ones, human or animal. This is always, December is always, as we lead from September, October, November, and December of every year just gets tighter and tighter as the funnel gets smaller and smaller as we close out the year and timelines are really being broken up or solidified, created to set us up for the new year. And things can get really, really intense. Oh, look how pretty this is. Things can get really, really, really intense energetically. And confusing and painful in different ways, and stressful. And then we have the whole situation with the holidays, of course. So just wanting to send you really calming, peaceful vibes here from home and this beautiful space that I was able to get myself to back in June. I've had to deal with a lot of shifts because of my frequency changing and everything different coming in and out, and what's in alignment, what's not, all these things. And oh geez, puppy, come here. And things can definitely get very disrupted. Yes, that's the word, disrupted. And when things get disrupted in our timelines, in our frequency, in our consciousness, even if and especially when we're leveling up, and as new timelines are coming into play and old timelines are dissolving for whatever reasons, and there's always chaos and drama around that, or just big, crazy, energetic shifts that are difficult to you were playing with that yesterday. Yes, you were. She's like, oh, the biggest stick branch ever. Okay. So when those things happen, it's really, really disorienting and disruptive, and it can bring up a lot of emotions, of confusion and doubt, This is when we really need to get as much into our faith and really check in with our faith versus fear, judgment, shame for ourselves and others, miscommunication, misunderstandings, resentments. All of these things can come up, and they are checks and balances as to, what we're doing with ourselves and where our vibration is. And gosh, look at that. Birdies. Oh, and the moon. Looky there. Beautiful, beautiful. Can get it clear. Dog keeps moving me. But it can just be difficult to be and stay stable and clear and aligned because of all of this. And it's not going to ease up for a while. We also have a few things coming up in the next week, like the new moon on the 12th, the Stargate starting on the 12th through the 22nd, and then Mercury retrograde on the 13th, which is also my birthday. So there is always, December is always super, super, super heavy and intense for many reasons. And every year it's a little bit of different concoction, a little bit different flavor to the recipe. But the fact remains the same, that we start in January with a big funnel and we end in December with a very, very narrow funnel so this just goes in and out. And things really change in August with the Lion's Gate, and then it's just rapid fire after that. Major energies coming in, downloads for upgrades and no, come on. And infusions of light codes, and these are disruptive as well. Even medicine can be painful, as we know. And what that means is even the high frequencies and the stuff that's good for us can be very difficult for us to manage physically, mentally, emotionally. And I've seen many, many people be really, really kind of out of control in the riptide of this reality that happens. And if you know anything about riptides, there's an undercurrent that will pull you away from stability and the shore. And it just keeps building on itself. And there's an undertow that makes it impossible for you to win if you're fighting through sheer muscling your way. If you're trying to muscle your way out of a riptide, you're probably going to drown. And that's how people drown, in riptides. And what's going on is very much like a riptide. That just gets stronger and stronger as the year progresses. And what you need to do in a riptide is stop fighting, let go, let the current take you, swim parallel to the shore, and take yourself slowly but surely away from the undercurrent and the riptide. And so in this case, we're talking about space and time, and allowing space and time to stretch out and be there for you, to support you, not to overwhelm you and constrict you. Your either resistance or surrender is completely at the forefront of how it's all going to unfold for you. So what I like to remind my clients and people who follow me is to be very mindful of this and not to allow yourself to get swept up in the current and the riptide, not to make quick, fast, emotional decisions, to check yourself with your intent, your ego, your emotions, when I say your intent, it's what is behind your expression. What are you trying to accomplish with anything that you're doing? What's the motivation? What's the end game? And a lot of times what happens when people are in this state of pressure and resistance because they're very uncomfortable is reactions that are impulsive and don't make a whole heck of a lot of sense in the long term, but they are quick, snappy reactions and choices that are made that are not for your highest timelines, that expel and expend a lot of and create a lot of negative energy very quickly. So there is a release that you can pretend is working for you, but it actually is working against you because you're not in alignment. You're not thinking clearly. You're upset. You're angry. You're emotional. You're tired. You're in pain. You're frustrated. You're confused. You're distraught. You're all of these things. And we've all been there. We've all been there where there's a culmination of things going on and it just keeps piling. And then we snap, we blow, we explode. And would our true selves, would our aligned selves you want to go this way? Which way do you want to go, Bubba? This way? Would our true selves want that? Would our, fully embodied, stabilized, aligned selves, when we're as, peaceful as we can be, choose that? Choose to explode, choose to make emotional decisions, choose to create timelines that cannot be undone because we were out of control, basically? No, our fully aligned selves would not want that. And we're always being guided to temperance. If there is a word for at least the last half of this year, it would be temperance. It has and faith, but faith is just a given. But temperance is about mastering your frequency and working with time to regain peace and clarity, and not to be in a lower level state of frequency and vibration where you're out of control. If you're temperate, if you have temperance, if you're practicing temperance and being temperate, you are fully in control. And you can look up the temperance card in the tarot for more on that, and the Kabbalah, because that will really help bring home and signify for you what that is about. But temperance is not about ignoring how you feel. It's about processing how you feel before you react and do or say things that are destructive. It's like going, I'm out here hiking and camping and I'm cold, so I'm just going to build this fire right here, without looking around and going, okay, where should I build this fire? What's going to last me the longest? What makes the most sense for my safety, for my resources, for my energy, et cetera, et cetera. Because if you're just quick to I'm cold, I'm building a fire, without thinking things through, you can very well regret that fire pretty quickly. And that is kind of the state of affairs for a lot of people, awake or not, who want to feel better now. You need relief now. You need comfort now in some way. You need to be heard. You need to express. You need some type of resolution, and force instead of faith. Force and fear and agitation is used instead of calm, peace, faith, love, unity, acceptance, understanding, and things like this, and as we get towards the end of the year, and this year it was extra. October was like December. And we were guided to very much treat it that way and take time to recalibrate, to slow things down, because things were only going to get more and more intense. And so this is a reminder to really start every single one of your days being hyper aware of what's going on. There's way more solar activity, radiomagnetic radiation, solar flares, and things like this that are happening. The Schumann resonance is going off like crazy. Gaia is processing. The abundance matrix is coming more online than ever, and we're all calibrating to that. We may feel very tired, very heavy, and be like, what is going on? I usually have more energy. I'm not usually in pain in these ways. Whatever. It is all this energy. You really need to stop pulling me. Do you get it? I keep pulling you back. You know why. Sorry. She's just pulling me harder and harder and harder. And it takes a lot of energy to not only walk, talk, go uphill in many cases, but when this dog is pulling me and all of her nearly 70 pounds, it's difficult. So I apologize. But anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up here. I want you to really think about these things. Follow me. I'm going to be giving a lot more information as time goes on. But this Stargate, this next week, leading up to this next week, the 12th and the 13th, and all the way through the 22nd and beyond this month, are going to be heavy and hot. We're in Sagittarius season. Shout out to all you Sagittarians, fellow sun sign Sagittarians, or wherever it happens to be in your chart. I guess on another note, Sagittarius is very adventurous, excited, childlike, strong, courageous, adventurous, creative, and athletic, sporty, outdoorsy, loves nature, is mythical and mystical and beautiful and fun. I hope that you can tap into those energies as we move forward. I will be coming to you with more. Like I said, I've been working on more light and coded art for December. And there's just a lot going on, a lot happening, a lot to calibrate or recalibrate to. And we're going to be doing a lot coming up in 2024. And I am being guided to maintain a certain level of energy while moving forward steadily, but not feeling rushed, because I tend to want to produce and feel rushed. And since moving here, it's been a lot to adjust to, and I'm still doing that. I'm still adjusting. So anyhow, this is just a quick reminder or news flash if you're new to all of this kind of stuff. And Stargates, you can learn more about Stargates on my YouTube channel. Just do a search for Stargates, and I have a video that explains what Stargates are. We have them every month. As you know, there's new moons, full moons every month, but they can coincide, like this one is this month, which makes all of it extra powerful. And again, Mercury retrograde is coming in on the very end of December, inside of the Stargate on December 13th. And this is going to be a very powerful Mercury retrograde, but I'm going to do another video for that. This was just a spontaneous video to come to you with these morning energies and messages, your guides and guardians, your angels, your archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides of all levels and beingness, galactics, of course, dragons, fae, unicorn, whomever and all ever that you are connected to and work with, believe in. They believe in you, whether you believe in them, but to start your day acknowledging this time of the year and what's going on here, and that you are being reformatted to connect your highest timelines and leave lower level timelines behind. And you may be guided to start working on yourself more deeply spiritually, energetic healing, meditations, working with sacred geometry, doing art, dance, movement, music, all sorts of things, working with crystals. There's so many things that you could do to help you that you could be guided to, and just to tell yourself and your guides and guardians that you're open to all of it and see what comes up. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook. That's where I post the most. It's where I update the most. And of course here on YouTube, but please follow me on Facebook as well. And I wish you a beautiful, glorious rest of your week. It is Tuesday, December 5th. This is Infiniti. Wishing you all the joy, peace, and happiness, infinite love and blessings for the rest of your day and your week. And I will be coming to you soon again. Bye for now, everybody.